All right. I'm really excited today. I've had a lot of people reaching out to me and saying, man, 88-hour water fast. Uh, what are you doing? Either people reaching out and saying, right on, I've been doing water fasts, or they're saying, are you actually drinking water? Just a whole lot of questions I've been getting from a lot of friends. And so what I wanted to do is I wanted to get on and just answer questions. I've been getting a lot of questions. I thought it'd be helpful as a value add to anybody that's curious or has any questions about the water fast on what our journey was and how we prepared for it, the mindset, how we prepared the house, what it was like going through those 88 hours, and how we came off the fast. And I've been really grateful these last couple months with COVID. One of my really good buddies, Scott Gass, who I'm joined with today, we both worked with Tony Robbins about a decade ago, maybe?
About a decade ago, yep.
About a decade ago, and just been really good buddies ever since. And he happened to be in town and ended up staying with me. So we've been leveling each other up in a lot of ways. And one of the big ways he's been contributing to my life is really helping me level up my health and fitness game. Scott's been avid about health and fitness. And he was like, we got to do water fast. Ready to do water fast?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what I thought would be really interesting is we'll walk you through our preparation. Scott did a ton of research and does a lot of this, helping people do these water fasts. He's done a number of them himself. So I thought we'd just start out there and help you get the tools and insights that we went through. So Scott, maybe want to first start off with the like, where did this come from you? Maybe just start off with there. Like, maybe we'll start off with, like, why would somebody want to do a water fast? How did it originate with you? Or what was the benefits that got you excited about first wanting to do something like that?
Well, I've been in health and fitness for 20 plus years, and life goes, we evolve. So I've always evolved and always tried to work on, how can I get healthier? How can I get more energy? How can I look better? How can I feel better? And it went from cleansing years ago, eating vegetables and stuff. It's really changed my diet the last 20 years. And for the last 3 or 4 years, I got introduced to water fasting. I was actually in San Jose, California, and I got introduced to this amazing chiropractor who had these large groups of, she called resetters, where she would actually send people through a water fast. And the results where people were getting were phenomenal results, like not just like, making you feel better, but life-changing results for people. So I gave my first water fast a try about 2 years ago. It was a 5-day water fast. It was very challenging, and this was my third one I did with you.
Huh.
Yeah. So
Awesome. Yeah, and at first when Scott brought it up, he's like, I've heard a bunch of friends constantly like, I'm on a water fast, and I just kind of shrugged it off, like, I'm not going to do a water fast. I've done what was the master cleanse? I did that for 12 days a while ago. I used to do cleansing.
Veggie cleanses,
veggie cleanses,
master cleanses, different multi-level marketing companies cleanses. I've done like a green juice, green drink cleanse. But the water fast is really the king of kings. And if you think about it logically, if we get sick since the beginning of time, even animals do this. If we get sick, the flu, for example, you don't feel like eating. And what we tend to do is we unconsciously water fast. We have soups, we have maybe hot water or just water because we don't feel like eating. So what happens is by being able to eliminate digestion and be able to eliminate food in our body has time to be able to be the miracle it is and really be able to heal itself and be able to rejuvenate itself.
And that's really what landed. I'm really glad you brought that up. Is like, think about how much time and energy your body spends digesting food. And what would it look like if you just gave yourself a break for the body to say, now I don't have to dedicate all that energy to digesting food. What else do I need to focus on? And I know through your research, because you've done a ton of research on this, a lot of people that are within healing cancer or diabetes or a lot of conditions, this becomes almost a must regimen that they add into their basis on a regular basis. So a couple of things that really landed with me is improves the immune system, improves the digestive tract, and you drop a lot of weight. For those of you that gained a little bit, I dropped 10 pounds as a note for this, which I wasn't trying to do, but it was a nice fringe benefit. Other benefits include a greater focus, mindset. My energy levels have been off the roof the last couple of days since finishing this. Skin
growth hormone increases. Skin, you can feel. I mean, you look 2 days, 3 days into it, you feel your hair softer, your skin looks better. Ketones are released, growth hormone, stem cells.
Epigeny or what's that word where your cells?
So 2016, and really the science behind this is it's been exploding. Fasting has been exploding maybe the last 5-6 years. And what really kicked it off is 2016. There's this gentleman from Japan won the Nobel Peace Prize because he actually was able to really generate information behind a health strategy called autopathy. And autopathy is where you're able to really be able to get in a state where you're able to rejuvenate cells and be able to reverse aging. And this was huge breakthrough in 2016. So the fasting community, which is actually a fasting community out there, have exploded on the benefits. And like many things in life, we still don't know all the benefits of fasting. We're still learning about the body. So it's a really pretty amazing time to be healthy.
So hopefully it gives you a couple. There's a lot more. Do your research, and we're happy to post comments or reach out to Scott if you have additional questions. He's researched a lot of different people, but wanted to give you some background why this was important. Next, we'll jump right into what did we do? So what was the preparation? Maybe we'll walk him through our process because Scott's been living with me for the last couple of months, so it was great. We could align our schedule. So first, one thing I'd say is make sure you have an accountability, at least buddy. Scott, you do this on a regular basis, and you'll bring in a bunch of people, or what's your thought around that?
Yeah, at least one accountability buddy. We had a group this time. We had about 7 people. One person just couldn't make it, which is okay. They gave it a shot, but accountability is huge because I've done it before. With no accountability, it's much harder because it's easier to slide, right? So accountability. And then you got to kind of just plan like anything in life. You got to be able to plan your week, make sure you have no weddings, no birthdays, no major events, nothing that's going to be able to tempt you to be able to cheat. And we also cleaned out the fridge. So we said, okay, here's our food for the week. We ate all the food. We hid stuff. Nothing was out laying on the counters. No candy, easy to grab. Everything was actually hidden, which is nice. And then we prepped mentally too. You got in touch with your why. It's very important because like everything in life is a mental game, right? So be getting clear on, why are you doing this? Like, what are the results you want? Visualizing exactly what you want as well. Visualizing you celebrating, you achieving it. It's a really big feat because this water fast is not for the faint of heart. It's not an easy thing. So preparation is key for sure.
And something else I'll mention because a buddy reached out and said, hey man, I'd love to do this, but if I don't eat, I get hangry. I have like a physiological change in my body and I get hangry. How could I ever do this? And what it reminded me of, I used to get hangry all the time. And it's when I had lots of, I ate way too much sugar and I ate way too much gluten and carbs. And so I would have high blood sugar hangry doses. And what was big for me is once I removed a lot of the sugar and gluten from my life, that made it so that I wasn't having these huge crashes. So one suggestion maybe before you do a water fast, or if it's really hard to do that, maybe you start first with a candida cleanse or something else to really prep your body so there's not as much of that. Or if you can push through it, it essentially does the same thing as well.
Yeah, very important too. So it depends on your health benefit, your health, your habits, your cleansing and fasting experience as well. If you have experience, you may take 2 or 3 days to be able to prep a little bit. Maybe reduce or eliminate meat, eat more vegetables, reduce the carbs, sugar, of course, alcohol, of course, no brainer. But also, if you haven't had experience, you may have to be able to back up maybe a week or two and kind of be able to switch your habits. And the idea is you can jump in and go cold turkey on it, but I wouldn't suggest that. But the idea is how can you be able to have the odds stacked against you, be able to put everything in your favor. Reduce coffee. So Monday we had 2 cups of coffee. Tuesday I had 1. Wednesday I had a half, and then Thursday was a water fast. So you kind of wean out coffee a little bit. I had 0 headaches, which was good. So the prep is huge.
Prep is big. We also stopped eating meat. I think 3 days before, and so we started moving more and more to veggies and started reducing the amount of food we were eating. So. Because somebody said, hey, did you eat like this crazy big delicious meal, like your last meal before you went on it? And it actually does the opposite. If you eat a huge meal, you get really hungry. So you want to start slightly depleting your meals so your body's a little bit easier to move into that. So that was our preparation. No food out. Eat the meats first. Move into heavy veggies and start to whittle off coffee.
Yeah, and also what we did was really cool. And you can do this or not. We really want to take it serious. We got a blood sugar reader. You can actually get really cool on Amazon for $44. You can get it's a ketone and a blood sugar reader. So you just prick yourself and you're able to see your blood sugar. And this is huge for 2 reasons. Number one is you're able to see where your blood sugar is. It's fun to see your blood sugar go down, which is great. But also with the blood sugar and the ketone reader, what happens when your blood sugar goes down, your ketones go up, which we want. So it's good to be able to really be able to see the effects of a cleanse as well.
And for those of you that are kind of saying, I don't even know what you're talking about with ketones and some of these things, I didn't know a lot. I still don't know a lot, but what I do know is it's tied to ketosis. When your body goes into a state of ketosis, what happens is it moves from burning sugar and it moves to burning fat. So when you're getting these high extremes, hangries, it means your body's burning sugar.
Right.
And what happens is it burns sugar and it also burns muscle. For those of you that are wanting to stack a little bit of muscle, after it burns the sugar, it burns the muscle. So you're not actually storing. If you can make it so that it burns fat, it's like long sustaining energy, and it's not like this. So one of the big benefits also is you get into massive ketosis. That's why you do burn fat, is it converts because there's no sugar for the body to burn, and so it starts burning all your fat.
And you're there 24 to 48 hours after the fast too, so you're able to get into fat burning mode fast too, which is good.
And I will say, my mom joined me on this, so it doesn't matter what your I don't know how young you could do this at. I didn't research that, but my mom joined us and it was super fun, and she loved it. She's was rocking. I think she's the lowest weight she's been, I think, since college, which was really cool. So
that's awesome.
Mom, if you're watching,
that's awesome.
Totally rocked it. I think she did better than I did. She was rocking it much better than I did. So that's how we prepped. When we jumped in my first day, when we'll talk about day one, we started on a Wednesday night at 7 p.m. And so we had our last meal at 7, and that gave us the night to get through. And then the next morning when we started, my first day, I woke up on Thursday with a headache, and I had a headache all day. It was really, for me, it was really bad headache. And I did some work, and I kind of made a looser schedule Thursday and Friday. And I'm really glad that I did, because I started to lose energy and I wasn't quite as focused, but because I was committed to getting the outcome, there wasn't an option to get off of it. It was just like, drink some more water, move through it. But my first day was really challenging. Curious how your first day was.
This is my third water fast. So my first day was actually pretty good. No headaches. I felt pretty good. My energy was a little low, no calories in, but I made it pretty good through the day. Yeah.
Awesome.
We should probably tell people for sure that we're not doctors.
Yeah.
We are not doctors. And, especially if, this is a new lifestyle to you, if you're fasting, if you're, a senior, if you, may have health challenges, definitely consult with your doctor or get a coach or get somebody to walk you through it. And the whole key to all this stuff, and the whole key to nutrition and health, I believe, is listen to your body. Because, you're going to have moments, and we'll share here in a second, you'll have moments where your energy is down.
So it's good to listen camera.
Yeah, a little faded.
Let me see. There we go. So listen to your body no matter what, and that's the big key to this. And on that note, I tend to go, and don't take enough time to be more. It's more yang energy, not as much yin energy. Yang would be like go, or more masculine. Yin is more feminine, relaxing, receiving, listening, nurturing. And the big piece of this is learning to nurture. So
so it's cool. I mean, it's cool. Take those 3 days and block it off, or 3 days, or 5 days, or 7 days, whatever you go for. Block it off and just commit to that. This is your lifestyle change. This is your health. This is your time to reset your body. So many amazing benefits. I mean, there's probably nothing you can do in 3 days that's better for your health than this. And so many amazing things. So take that time and block it off. And it's okay to take a nap in the day. It's okay to sleep longer. It's okay to, I call it Netflix and binge.
Yeah.
So just watch Ozark or Vikings or whatever you love, to sit there and take a weekend, just say, I'm going to binge on Netflix. I'm going to watch a movie. I'm going to hang out with family. I'm going to relax. I'm going to sleep. I'm going to rejuvenate. Maybe get a massage, maybe do a sauna, steam, all important stuff to rejuvenate too.
Yeah. So if we look at the 88 hours, it was basically a Wednesday to Thursday, a Thursday to Friday, a Friday to Saturday, and then we ended Sunday at 11. And so for me, those 4 days went like really heavy headache, low energy first day. Second, and by the end of the first night, headache was gone. And then it was just learning to be okay with the hunger. And for me, the hunger was just, I actually honestly had such low energy. It was less about the hunger. It was more about noticing that, wow, I just can't function. For me, even like, you're drinking a lot of water. Like we were drinking a couple gallons a day.
Oh, easy. Yeah. I think we put down
20 gallons in a week.
Yeah, fast. A lot of maybe 2 gallons a day of water. A lot.
Two gallons a day of water. And
good water, alkalized water. Yeah.
Alkalized, really good water. And so for me, just getting up to go to the restroom multiple times and then sitting back and just as you said, I had to just lay in bed. For me, that was part of my days, is laying in bed for most of the day. A brief walk. I went on one walk and got winded just walking around our
Yeah.
normal walk. But were you
So
exercising
if you
a
feel
little bit
good,
more?
I got tired too. So if you feel like it, exercise. You don't have to. A little yoga, a little stretches. There's a lot we're giving you guys, which is a lot to do. I like to give you, but there's a couple biohacks, I guess, but fasting biohacks. One we used is key was warm water. So being able to have warm water. Warm water is great. This is something you guys can use right now if you're really hungry, you haven't eaten a bit. Warm water helps curb appetites and makes you feel full. So that's a great one. And what we did also, we actually slowly added a little bit of lemon into the water too, a little bit of lemon, and the feeling of being able to look forward to something, right? Looking forward to something, that's a huge key to be able to plan your fast breaking meal, to be able to plan your water and your lemon, which doesn't seem exciting, but when you're fasting, it's very, very exciting, right? So, planning, there's a couple biohacks. What else? Ice is really good too.
Ice was really good. It was like a
good.
delicious treat to chew on some ice. Also salt, good like Himalayan sea salt, Himalayan salt or sea salt. And then
But overall, to be honest with you guys, it sucks, for lack of better terms. It sucks. It's not fun. You're going to be bored. You're going to be able to pay attention to your habits because you're not going to be eating. So because, so many times I would get up, go to the kitchen, and just like go in and walk out, right? There's nothing for me there. So, it sucks pretty much the whole time. But you got to keep your eye on the prize. So that's why you got to have a why and a vision too. Very important.
And then how we started to wind down is so that was the middle of the fast, and then after we wound down, as we planned our meal, Scott's been cooking some bone broth, which has been amazing. So he had it going for about a day, and then day or day and a half, and then we broke our fast with first to coat the stomach. So one more thing, we also added charcoal. We added charcoal to our day 2 to 3 times a day, charcoal to remove the toxins. And one other thing is, I think if we did it again, like the next time I'll do it, I'll probably do colonics ahead of time to prep the digestive tract and the colon as well.
Yeah.
But
it's called opening up the detoxing pathways. It's something you should do a couple of days before. So you can do it through infrared sauna, you can do it through colonics, you can do it through coffee enema, you can go do it through the charcoal. There are different ways to be able to do it. So what that's simply doing is being able to help really kind of do a pre-cleanse a little bit.
Opening the body so it's ready to start to move.
Ready to cleanse,
And then the way we broke it was we started with 11 o'clock bone broth to coat the stomach. We then moved into a little bit of kombucha, but kombucha has some sugar, so we made it sure it was really small. And then we moved into high probiotic yogurts to what we were doing is we're building good digestive health in the stomach and the gut. And then we moved after that, and we had our first meal that night, and it was an all vegetarian meal. I think it was bone broth, baked broccoli, avocado, and cauliflower rice and spinach. And it was delicious. And that's how we broke that first day of the cleanse. And then by the second day, you could start to move back into more of your normal patterns is how we did it.
Yeah. But, the cool thing about this fasting is, there's so many types today. There is the intermittent fasting, which is really popular. Most people are doing this today. A lot of athletes are. There's what is called fast mimicking. There is 24-hour fast where you actually take 24 hours and fast. There's one fast a day. There's what is called dry fasting, which I believe is a whole new level. That's like you're not eating or drinking. Crazy. And there's the water fast that we did. There's so many different ways to fast. And the idea is, to be able to really find something that fits your lifestyle, right? Fits your experience level, fits your lifestyle, and something to make it a lifestyle change. Like all this health and fitness stuff, like anything in life that you want to master, you kind of make it a lifestyle change as well.
Well, yeah, and again, if you guys have questions, go ahead and if you have type in questions, we're here to answer as we're starting to wrap this up. But the biggest thing that I learned from it was during the time that I was fasting, I got clear on other things that I wasn't even expecting. I learned where I was being really busy in my life to not look at certain parts that I didn't want to look at. So I got a lot of clarity on that. Also, just how much the mind is looking for distraction. And I realized how much food can be a distraction. Even though we eat pretty clean, that was a big aha for me of just the habits and routines and patterns that we get used to. And that I realized because every time I had an urge to eat food and I would drink water and then the urge would go away, it just really showed you that how many times are we giving into that urge that the mind is trying to satiate something, or is it a coping mechanism? When
The
we're feeling
emotional
uncomfortable?
trigger, yeah, the coping, yeah.
There's a
the
trigger,
yeah.
and we're trying to push that
Yeah.
down or cope or do something, and when you don't actually even need it. So it was a really interesting observation around that, and so powerful for me that I'm going to be doing this once a quarter. I'd love to do it with you, Scott, and do greater accountability. We'll stay tuned because he's building a really epic ebook on this so that everybody can have kind of like a how-to guide to follow to make it really easy, blueprints, cliff notes, things to make it really easy, and then an accountability structure where we could do it. And I also want to start to do one day a week intermittent fasting, or 24-hour fasting. And so that's even another area. You don't have to do. We had a couple friends that did 24 hours and was like, okay, I'm good. So you could even do your first one and set a goal. And if you notice your body's not ready and you do 24 hours, that's okay too.
Go 48 next time.
Yeah. And so you could slowly build up to it as well.
Yeah. And in the book I'm writing, it's going to be important because it's ebook. So it's important because it'll be steps. Because the challenge is, I mean, this is amazing health strategy. But the challenge is, you go to YouTube, there's so many different opinions. And, you see people fasting with seltzer water, people using stevia, which you're not supposed to, people using bone broth fast, drinking coffee on a fast. No. The idea is, like I said earlier, is to be able to eliminate everything out of the body and let the body be able to heal itself and be the miracle it is. So you'll do it again. That's good.
I'll do it again. Yeah, this is going to be a new lifestyle, at least for me, for this period of time I'll be doing for a while. And the more I've researched, it's almost, I think we saw a stat, it's you reduce your risk of cardiovascular disease by 40% by just doing a 24-hour fast, like on a regular basis. So adding more to this is probably one of the number one things we can do to increase our lifespan, decrease our chances of some of the worst diseases. I mean, if you look at the causes of death, most people die from cancer, heart disease are like the top two. So you massively reduce those. And I think a big part of it is we're actually just removing inflammation. That's what really landed for me, is like, you give your body a break. By giving your body a break, most disease comes from inflammation, and you're giving the body a chance to do what it needs to do to get rid of toxins, get things out of your body. So
and then also, very important too, again, we're not doctors, but if you know somebody who have a loved one or a friend who may have cancer, have them look into the research. I mean, have them look into, there's a lot of cancer doctors that are who actually had cancer, are recovering from cancer, who do fast on a regular basis and take their patients through it as kind of a remedy to be able to prevent cancer too. So my friend, my good buddy, his brother passed away like 2 days ago, and because of liver disease. And I'm thinking in my mind, man, if I knew this 8 months ago, right? I knew this, but I didn't know him. But I knew that his brother was sick 8 months ago, and possibly if he got on a cleansing protocol, could be different.
Well, that's one of the big things. So, and I'm glad you brought up liver. One of the big things is when the body gets, the liver is one of the biggest things that gets cleansed, right? During
detox,
this, because
huge.
So the liver's getting a massive detox. So think of all the things your liver's taken on if you've done any type of substance, whether it be even alcohol, just anything that your body has is trying to cleanse. Your liver's the main thing trying to cleanse it. Imagine just giving your liver a break for a couple days and what it could do to kind of give it a break from all the work it does. So, just want to say thank you for watching. Hopefully this is helpful and answered some questions. Hopefully maybe it inspired you to check it out, do some research, do one with us, or with some friends and family. And thanks for joining, Scott.
Hopefully see you guys again.
Okay, everybody have a great day.